Now, the toy company Mattel has unveiled its first Barbie doll representing a person with Down syndrome. The company is trying to diversify its Barbie product line amid criticism that its dolls promote unrealistic body and beauty standards. To discuss, Shirli Sitbon is with me. And Shirli, first of all, just tell us about the doll and what kind of reaction it's been getting from children.
Well, it's been getting great reactions from children who have that syndrome, the Down syndrome. And we can see some images because, as you've said, the old Barbie is not very realistic, is it? There's a 1 in 100,000 chance of looking like the traditional Barbie. This is an old report from France 24 about that Barbie. And the UN says that, well, at the end, people with Down syndrome, there's one baby in 1,000 who's born with that syndrome. And we can see now the whole group of new Barbie dolls. This is just, of course, an example. Other brands also have this open a catalog. And it's more likely to look like one of these figures than like the old Barbie, of course. This is the one we're talking about, the one who has the Down syndrome. There's a slight different physical characteristic. They're a bit shorter. The ears are a bit smaller. The eyes are shaped like almonds a bit, and this is 3. This is what she has on her neck. It's basically because the people who suffer from the Down syndrome, they have 3 copies of the 21st chromosome, and that's why they have these challenges sometimes. So you can see some people. Mattel has issued this video showing women and children looking at this new doll and feeling that at last they have a doll that looks like them. Extremely inspiring. Having someone who looks like you both in the media and toys means you belong, you don't feel excluded. And we can see an image of a model who we saw with a doll a few instances ago, and she actually figures on the covers of Vogue, of Elle, and so it feels like people are accepting them better. That's a feeling. That's why these toys exist, basically. That's the goal.
Shirley, though, one of the goals here, though, is that it's not just children with disabilities who play with dolls like this. It's actually all kids. And the hope then is that it will start to change attitudes towards people who have disabilities.
Yes, because one day children will become adults. So, yes, the goal is to have all children playing with various dolls and seeing everyone as part of a group. Everyone has the same rights. Everyone is equal. That's an obvious thing to say. But when you have dolls looking like all parts of society, well, it's really part of what you believe in. And this is an association which worked for that for years and has called on companies and brands to make dolls that look like children and that have various handicaps. We can see this Superman on a wheelchair and various things because they don't want to have any pity. They want to be the heroes. They're part of society, and they have a slogan saying, "With us, not for us." Doing things for us, they say, is nice, it's kind, but that's not the goal. We want to be part of decision making. We want to be part of society. We don't want to be pitied or anything like that. We want to be decision makers. So it starts as children, and then it continues throughout life.
And the release of these dolls, Shirley, come at a particular time when actually, particularly here in Europe, fewer babies are being born with Down syndrome than previously. Just tell us what the data shows us.
Well, we can see a report that was issued by The Atlantic a while ago. We've seen the number of babies with Down syndrome declining in Europe because there's more testing with pregnant women. We didn't used to have as many tests. Now it's generalized, it's free, and basically you don't have to have a special request to have these tests. And these tests, well, they screen various disorders, including genetic disorders, which is what Down syndrome is. And so more and more couples in Europe mainly, but also in other parts of the world, choose not to bring their babies to the world even late in their pregnancies. And we can see another article because in the UK, this was the issue recently, late last year, of a woman, an issue in a court hearing. And what she was saying, this lady who suffers from the Down syndrome, is that all babies have the same rights, I mean, before they're born, and that she thought it should be banned to have abortions at a later stage because a baby could be born with a Down syndrome. Of course, that's extremely complex. The court ruled against that. It says we're upholding the current regulations because every woman has a right, to end a pregnancy if there's a genetic disorder. That's extremely complicated and difficult to hear sometimes. But of course, that's why families with children who have genetic disorders, they like to talk about the situation because they believe that the more we know about genetic disorders, the more we accept them. And that basically makes everything better for everyone. And that's more inclusive. And that could make a difference on the long run.
Shirli Sitbon, thank you very much.